We're sitting here today with Crystal Baxter, Chris Patrick, and myself, Jessica Hadaway, and we are discussing whether students should have personal access to computers or should schools set up labs for students to use. So what do you think would be the advantages of students having a personal computer, Crystal?
I feel that students having a personal computer could be have advantages because they could have access, and if you block them, then I believe it would be even better for the students if you block certain information from the students and they have limited access. I believe it could help them write papers better, help them keep up with the school schedule, help them keep up with due dates and different things like that. Chris, what about the disadvantages?
Disadvantages for having personal computers for each student is the limited funds, the fact that computers have to be taken care of, and if you put them in the hands of students, there's no guarantee that students are going to take care of them, and we have to set aside a budget for us to be able to repair broken computers that students have in their personal use.
I agree.
So how should the schools fund these personal computers? How are they going to be able to make this available for the students?
Well, I think it would be better for the schools to have labs set up for the usage for all the students to be able to use, and it's a certain amount of computers in it, as opposed to providing every student a computer or every student some kind of tech tool. It would just be easier.
I think that if they did give the students personal laptops or personal iTouches, then the school board should not pay for these sources. I believe that the school should have to raise money to be able to provide these for their students, and our government should not pay for this type of thing. Because, like Chris said, it is just as convenient to have these computers set up in a lab to where they can be monitored and they can be watched out and just make sure they do everything like they're supposed to. But, Jesse?
Well, there's been a lot of success with the smart boards in the classroom, but the smart boards have been placed in the classrooms due to the parents raising money to put the smart boards into the schools. So that's been an advantage of having the smart board, has been the interaction with the students and getting to learn the new technology. But there has been restrictions with it, and it's in the classroom, and so the teachers are monitoring what the students are doing with the smart board. So they're not actually taking a computer home with them, but the technology is in the classroom, and they're utilizing it in the classroom.
Well, how would an educator or administrator in a school system be able to regulate what the students do on the computers? Like in class, they could be playing games or getting on the internet. How are you supposed to monitor that?
With the iPads? Is that what you're?
Yeah, with the iPads for the person.
Well, that would be my argument against having the iPads, which is the new thing that's coming out that we're hearing about, is having each student having an iPad. That would be my argument, is that how would they regulate that? How would we be able to, as a teacher, control what the students are doing in the classroom with the iPads?
But going back to the smart boards that we just talked about, that you just mentioned, I think that smart boards are really neat technology that's in the classroom that, like you said, all the students can interact, and so can the teachers, and they can interact together with the smart board. I believe that teachers need proper training with the smart board, though, that it doesn't just need to be thrown into the classroom. They need proper training, and I think that's a lot of problems that principals have, is that they don't have, that the teachers don't have the proper training. But that's just on the end of the smart boards, but I think they would be useful in the classroom.
Smart boards, if the teachers are properly trained, I think they're useful, but the iPads, I think they may be a work in progress for future usage, but for right now it should just be computer labs in the school system. After discussing our opinion about whether or not students should have personal computers, all three of us agree that students shouldn't have limited access to their own personal computer in the school systems. It should be lab-based computers, and that concludes our discussion about the students having computers. If anybody disagrees with anything we have said in our discussion, y'all can leave comments on my blog, Crystal's blog, or Jessica's blog at any time. Thank you for listening.